Welcome to part 2 of my bullet journal setup. I'm going to start the first spread as a growth tracker. So the left side is tracking my stats for things like Instagram and Skillshare and YouTube. On the right side, I'll be tracking my income and from different sources throughout the year. So I have it broken down by each month. And then I'm just using my Tombos in 4 different colors to track each of these different categories. I actually started doing a growth tracker last year in a different notebook, and it was really helpful to get a visual overview of how I was growing, and also really motivating to see the numbers go up. And then something else I started a couple years ago is what I call a ladder list. I don't know if anybody else calls it a ladder list. Essentially, it's a place to track all the people that have helped me or I'm grateful for different reasons in either personal or business growth, and I just don't want to forget. So I've got a place to track who and how they helped, and then I try to make it a point to let them know that I am thankful and grateful and this is why. So I might send a handwritten note or an email or a little gift, like a small gift of appreciation. Oftentimes, whenever I've reached a goal, there's always been some type of help or guidance. As with many things, it takes a village, and I believe in community over competition. So this is a nice way to remember that and have gratitude in my heart, which is what inspired the quote on the right-hand side. I really loved this. It's a little woo-woo, but so am I, so I really like it. And it's also a great reason for me to keep practicing my lettering skills. It says, "May the gratitude in my heart kiss all the universe." And then I used my microns to add in some stars and some little speckles to give it a little bit of magic. I used one of my light gray Tombos to add a little drop shadow. It's really light, so it's not showing up on camera too well, but it's a little subtle touch. And then that line that says "kiss all the" was not quite centered, and it was driving me a little bit nuts, so I just decided to redo it. I used a little whiteout tape and then rewrote the words a little bit more centered, and I think it's overall a little bit more balanced. And then on the very top, I chose to reverse out that banner just to give it a little bit more weight, and then I used the white gel pen to add in the words "May the." So going along with the gratitude theme, I have the next layout as a weekly gratitude page. And I decided to go with weekly just because it was more realistic for me to keep that up. I thought about daily, but I thought that the daily one I might be setting myself up to fail. I know I probably wouldn't keep it up every day. And then I'm going in and reversing out the top bars so that they stand out a little bit more, and then using the white gel pen to put in the months. Every month has approximately 5 weeks, so I've left 5 spaces for each of the months. Okay, and then the last one is a daily habit tracker. And I went ahead and did one for every month. If you're thinking, was this tedious? Yes, it was. But I put on some music and had some nice hot coffee, and it became a little bit meditative. It was kind of nice. But going forward, next time, I might look into a stamp or some kind of washi tape sticker to recreate these, because they did take a long time. I'm starting out with just 5 habits to keep tracking and keeping it somewhat realistic. I think if I try to do more than that, I might not keep up with it. And then I'm going to leave the rest of the months blank in case I change my mind and want to start a different habit tracker. But for January, my habits are to wake up early, try to get in some type of exercise, yoga, or fitness. And then I'm doing 20-minute tidy, which is daily 20 minutes of decluttering. Thanks to Marie Kondo, I've been on a minimalism and decluttering binge, and it's actually been really nice having a cleaner home. And then I'm also trying to do a screen-free time before bed. So I'll probably read an actual book or journal for a little bit. And then the last one is drinking enough water. So I'm going to try and aim to get my 8 glasses of water in a day and then see how that goes. I kept decoration for these pages pretty minimal, so I just did a couple of strands going across the pages with a few stars and circles just to give it a little bit of a nice magical feel. It's really simple and it's easy to do, and it just adds a fun element to each of these pages. And then, of course, the word tracker wasn't centered, and that was bothering me because I have to fix these things. So I went ahead and reversed it out into a black bar and then used the white gel pen to clean that up and add in the letters, and I like it much better now. And then I used those same 4 tombos to put in the trackers for each of the habits on a daily basis. And the final touch, a little bit of washi tape, and that ties in with part 1. I had used that in my first couple pages. Alright, so here's the flip through. I've got my growth tracker, which I will plug in the numbers for each month. And then I have my ladder list of gratitude on the left side. And then the gratitude quote on the right hand side with the stars and little galaxy elements. And then the weekly gratitude page, where every week I will take time to remember all the little things and big things that I'm grateful for. And then I have all my daily habits that I am tracking. And as you can see, screen-free before bed has been a total fail. I have not succeeded in that yet, but this is why I have a visual of it, so I can see my progress, and the plan is to conquer that habit for this year. Thank you for joining me for part 2 of my bullet journal setup. If you like this, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.